Hello and thank you for selecting my video. I've published my video online for you and anyone else interested to see my article about the Dark Skies 1996 TV show. I'd like to share with you my small article about it. Dark Skies is a 1996 American TV show series which was broadcasted in the UK during 1996. If I remember correctly, it was on a BBC channel. It's basically about an alien invasion that's taking place during the 1960s. The series was set back in the 1960s and it includes some mainstream media historical footage to add to the storylines of the series. The series comes under the title of science fiction, but sometimes uses footage of historical events such as some 1960s JFK assassination newsreel footage. The storyline theme has associations with the recorded alien race at the 1947 Roswell military base incident in New Mexico. A top secret organisation called Majestic 12 was set up shortly afterwards, after the alien spaceship was shot down at Roswell. Alien bodies were recovered. They discovered that the grey alien race that was shot down were affected by another alien race called the Hive. The Hive takes humans over and also the grey aliens over. They do this by forcefully crawling into the bodies via the mouth. Once they are in the body, they take it over and influences behaviours. The person who's been affected will look the same but behave differently. The Hive has a sinister plan to take over the world. The grey aliens have a crucial part in the show, but limited. Their parts mainly focus on the alien bodies and the survivors at the 1947 Roswell incident. The grey aliens look like they have big oval heads with dark eyes. They have small bodies. They are grey and may resemble something like E.T. from Steven Spielberg's E.T. movie. But they may appear more distressed and perhaps slightly sinister looking. They use something like telepathy as a means of communicating with humans. The Hive aliens look like small, multi-legged, horrible, slimy, wiggly-like creatures. Horrible creatures. Coloured a bit like human stomach intestines, I suppose. Horrible looking creatures. The grey alien bodies, the survivors, and the spaceship wreckage that was shot down at Roswell in 1947 are kept in a secret Majestic 12 base. At the top secret base at Majestic 12, they discover that another race known as the Hive have affected the grey alien race. Majestic 12 keep all this information secret, even from the government. Majestic 12 is so secret that there is no record of its existence. The Majestic 12 are a very powerful top secret military organisation set up to keep everything hidden away from the general public and most of the governments as well. The organisation has no registration and has no official record of its existence. They are tasked to scientifically study the Hive and the Greys and to protect humanity. It's a secret war, basically. They come up with scientific solutions and they came up with a solution to flush out any of the small Hive aliens that have forcefully crawled into the mouths of those affected. The solution is called the gangrene. The gangrene solution forces out the Hive alien, and once it crawls back out the body, it is then shot to be destroyed. All shootings and dramas due to this, or any other disturbances caused by aliens, are covered up by Majestic 12, and a cover story is issued to basically hide what's happened, so nobody knows what's going on. The mainstream media news have no idea of what's really going on neither. They believe in the false cover stories and false evidence made up by Majestic 12. Majestic 12 used disinformation to keep everything secret. The Majestic 12 develop cover stories to cover up the existence of aliens. They do secret covert operations. They monitor and analyse things like subliminal messages in TV programmes that the Hive use sometimes as a hypnotic weapon to control humans. The Majestic 12 learn of this and hide all this from the public. They have to deal with it to stop it from happening, and they have to do it in secret. The 1963 John F. Kennedy assassination has been associated with the Hive aliens' plans and activities. Majestic 12 covered this up and developed the official Lee Harvey Oswald lone gunman story to keep the alien stuff hidden from the public and government knowledge. The 1947 Roswell alien spacecraft incident was covered up by Majestic 12. They replaced the real story event with a weather balloon story, which then became the official story as to what happened at the Roswell military base in New Mexico back in 1947. The Dark Sky's main lead characters, John Loneguard and his girlfriend Kim, want the world to know what's really happening. John Loneguard was a congressman who stumbled upon somehow and found out about Majestic 12 and wanted to investigate it further. He learned to his amazement and horror of the scale of what's really going on in the world and wants humanity to know what's happening. Kim finds out as well, as John Loneguard's girlfriend, after she was abducted by aliens, but later returned. But she had the Hive implanted in her. Once Majestic 12 knew John found out about them, they recruited him. John gets the ganglion solution to flush out the Hive alien that was put into Kim during her abduction. Kim survives her abduction and survives having the alien Hive flushed out of her with the ganglion. The ganglion was given to her from John Loneguard. The abduction was done by the grey aliens that were affected by the Hive. The Hive aliens affected the grey aliens to get them to carry out tasks such as alien abductions. Majestic 12 ordered John and Kim to keep quiet about everything that's going on, including the Majestic 12's existence. However, John and Kim decide later that everyone has the right to know what's going on. They try and expose what's going on to their government and media outlets. Majestic 12 have to keep preventing that from happening. John and Kim know about the Hive and realise that the Hive aliens are also after them as well. The Hive fear that if the world knows their plans, the resistance put up from humanity will be too great for the Hive, which would make it too difficult for them to take over the world. Majestic 12 want all this to be kept quiet as well, to prevent mass panic and to try and take control of the situation. During the series, one of the Majestic 12 agents, named John Steele, gets overpowered by one of the Hive aliens. The alien inside him makes him run away from Majestic 12's efforts to save him. John Steele, who's under the influence of the Hive alien inside him, turns him into an enemy of Majestic 12 and a big threat to humanity. He becomes a powerful enemy and does what the Hive want him to do by means of controlling his brain thoughts. The Hive alien inside his body disguised as a human being. Majestic 12 are aware of this and try to capture him. Whilst John Loneguard and Kim are on the run from Majestic 12 for trying to expose the truth, John Steele, who is now Hive, is also after John Loneguard and Kim, because the Hive don't want the world knowing their sinister plans to take over the world. Towards the end of the series, Majestic 12 and the alien Hive somehow form an agreement and partnership-like relationship. They agree that the hive can basically do what they want in exchange for advanced technologies that humans haven't discovered yet. The head of Majestic 12, named Frank Bock, wasn't aware of this arrangement going on behind his back until the very end of the series. Upon finding out, he disagreed and objects to this immediately. He is then shot in the head by his fellow Majestic 12 right-hand man, Agent Phil Albano. Just before Phil Albano shoots his boss, Frank Bock, he explains that the secret collaboration between them and the Hive was to get advanced technologies in return for allowing the Hive to do what they want. Technologies such as microchips and computers. Bear in mind, this show was set in the 1960s. It was made in the 1990s, but the storyline was set back to the 1960s. In my opinion, Dark Skies TV show was never about dramatic special effects or ridiculously fast-paced, over-the-top, far-fetched graphics nonsense like most of the garbage made nowadays. It's more about a straightforward, slower-paced psychological story thriller with a nice balance of special effects that keep the series more like a recorded historical event. I really enjoyed watching it and other TV series of its kind, such as the American TV series called The X-Files, with FBI agents Mulder and Scully. Other shows like The Twilight Zone, The Time Tunnel, movies like The Forgotten, and programs that are classed as documentaries about aliens and alien spaceships. The main characters that starred in the Dark Skies TV series 1996 were John Longard, who was played by Eric Close, Kim, played by Megan Ward, Frank Bock, played by J.T. Welch, Phil Albano, played by Connor O'Farrell, and John Steele, played by Tim Keelerhire. The entire show has been released on DVD box set, which includes the original pilot movie and bonus footage as well. I ordered and bought my copy online a few years back. I just simply typed in Dark Skies 1996 box set and stuff came up on offer. I then simply placed and paid for my order. A few days later it was delivered to my door. I'm really happy that I've got it. If you're interested in this TV show, I suggest you buy a copy. I'll give my box set a high positive rating. I like the show a lot, and my box set shows all 18 episodes, pilot movie and all the bonus footage, all in good quality. I've done a quick Google search for available box sets, and there still seems to be availability at the time of my article, at the time of this article. In this section, I will give a brief tour around the box set, my DVD box set of Dark Skies. Dark Skies was created by Bryce Zabel and Brent V. Friedman and produced at Columbia Pictures Television. The American show was broadcasted on America's NBC TV channel, and in Britain it was either BBC One or BBC Two. I can't remember which at this moment, but it was one of the BBC channels, I'm sure, if I remember correctly. I hope you enjoyed watching my short video, and if you wish, you could comment, like or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.